Guys, today we have a very special task of finding a job for some of our favorite EuroLeague players that are currently without a job. And we have 20 players that Donatas selected as the top 20 remaining free agents. There's no
Who were a
particular
part of the
order.
EuroLeague last season? The
Okay.
biggest names.
Okay,
Top
okay.
20 biggest names still available in the EuroLeague market.
So nobody from G leagues and leagues that were not the EuroLeague essentially. And the game we've decided to play which is a difficult game by the way, to put each of these players in one team. So we have 20 teams, we have 20 players. Simple task, putting every player in a single team. This is the last signing this team could make to, let's say, have a perfect roster. For some of these teams, they need a lot of players. Some of these teams already have too many. So it'll be excessive signings, but this is the fun of this game. We'll see what we decide, and me and Donatas will do it, on our own terms. I'll decide where I'm putting, let's say, Vincent Poirier, and you'll decide where you're putting him. And we'll see if we match, and if we don't, then of course you guys will be able to tell us in the comments where this player should sign. So let's start with Vincent Poirier, a very special case on this list. A guy who's injured until February.
He's expected to return in January, February,
yeah.
something like that. He's not forcing his rehab. And to be honest, I didn't do any specific analysis for Vincent because it feels like my heart says that mid-season, Vincent Poirier will join a group of his French friends in Panathinaikos Athens.
Okay.
I don't know why. I really don't know why, but I really think that there will be a point in mid-season where Jelko with Lazor and Mustafa Fall at the center position, he's gonna say something like, "Okay, we need Vincent Poirier. We need his rim protection. We need his energy. He has this high-profile mid-season pickup that we need to expand our center lineup." I know that they can play Gershon Yabusel at the 5, but if he's staying as a 4-man and Nigel Hayes-Davis plays as a 3-man in some minutes, like they stay with two real centers. So why not add another French guy?
I don't know. I thought they had enough in their front court.
Enough French players or just enough guys in the front court?
Just the front court. So I went with someone who doesn't have a great front court at the moment. At the same time, they're willing to play with this front court, I'm guessing. I think it's a contender team, and I think this is a luxury signing. You're signing someone to come in and, let's say, like you said, January earliest, maybe February. And if I'm looking at front courts that are kind of weak in my eyes, I think Fenerbahce with Melli, Silva, Shanli, and Bingham could definitely use a guy like Vincent Poirier coming in January or February. Who knows if that lineup will be enough? And, he'll give you like some rim protection, some rebounding, a true center, established veteran presence. I think there's never enough veterans in Fenerbahce, so I'm putting him.
And that's actually a good signing because he'll need time. And the Fenerbahce with the depth that they have, multiple players able to play at the center, they will be able to give him time, and he has upside to become the starting center for Fenerbahce. So that's a good pickup.
Yep. Next up, we got Nikola Mirotic, still a free agent. One of the names that you would imagine have a contract instantly in the summer free agency, but now he's still hanging around in the free agent pool. He obviously played for Monaco. Monaco doesn't exist anymore in the EuroLeague landscape.
Okay,
in the EuroLeague landscape.
Okay, thank you.
So he needs a new team. And who do you have? Because my pick is a bit crazy. So
my pick is also I don't know, is it crazy or not, or how crazy it is, but I thought that why not to bring him back to his beloved Barcelona?
Okay,
they're missing some shooting in their front line, some star names. I mean, why not?
Why not? Because it's not his beloved Barcelona. They separated with lawsuits, I think, because they didn't pay him his money right away.
But people change. People change. They also have a new front office.
I don't know.
They could be fine.
I agree the basketball take is fine. I actually initially had him there as my pick as well because I thought, okay, Miro, Barca makes sense. Then I thought, wait a second, how did they separate? And then I looked and it was not good. So I was like, okay, this sort of falls through. So now I'm thinking about other teams.
Time heals, my friend. Time heals.
And I'm looking at, teams that probably don't need him. But when I thought about it a bit more, it makes so much sense.
There's one team. What
team has a stretch four who rebounds well, who plays in the post well? Do you know a team in the EuroLeague like that? Do you know a team?
A team that needs a player like him?
No. Who has one like that already in the starting lineup?
A lot of teams. I mean,
one
Olympiacos?
of the best. Yes.
Okay.
So imagine you don't need to change your game plan whatsoever. In the bench lineup, in the second unit, you have Nikola Mirotic next to Tyreek Jones, next to Njaya, next to Dorsey and Walkup. You're playing the same exact basketball. Just like with Alec Peters, you were doing a similar thing. Here you do that with Nikola Mirotic, who's getting older, who has adapted to a veteran role off the bench. So you're seeing Panathinaikos signing all these stars. You want to match their, power and names, and you get yourself Nikola Mirotic as your secondary four off the bench. Doesn't that sound great?
It sounds exciting, and you know what also sounds exciting? I thought about Red Star as well.
Nico said, I don't want to sign with Serbian teams because then it's going to be
it's too toxic,
war.
But the landscape has changed. I'm not sure if it's that toxic anymore. I think there's a certain gap between Zvezda and Partizan, so why not to join Zvezda? They kind of lacking of some shooting in the front line as well.
But you're putting him in Barca already, right?
I thought about Barca. I don't know why, but why not Barca?
Okay. Next up, we got Richaun Holmes. Where did he finish the season, by the way?
He just left Panathinaikos and that's it.
That's it.
And it's actually one of the best centers that we have available. And some teams, as we see, there is a problem for us as potential agents that we have too many centers.
There's so many centers. A lot of them are very similar centers as well.
That's true. And Richaun Holmes is actually one of the best centers in my eyes. And when I saw teams that need center, as you mentioned, there are many teams that they need some starters. But I thought about this exciting team in Paris with Mo Faye, and I thought, why not add Richaun Holmes? Him being super aggressive, crashing the boards, getting those second chance opportunities for his teammates, and just fitting that up high tempo basketball.
Man, we have a first match, Donatas. I also thought about the same thing. I thought, for a team like Paris, they don't want someone like Donatas Motiejunas, for example. They want someone who'll be able to run, give them actual size and athleticism inside. You want this modern big, and you want for him from the player's perspective an actual long-term role where you're actually playing, not like in Pau where he had a stretch, but then what happened with the
he needs to play a big minutes to be high-level productive player.
And it seems like no better place. Like you said, not much depth behind their centers. And Faye, if he leaves, Leo Cavalier and Enzo Chavrin.
Exactly.
This is not
you need some help.
Rotation. Okay, then let's get to a more traditional post-up big in Donatas Motiejunas. Captain Hook. Had his stretch in Crvena Zvezda, provided some, low post scoring pretty well, in that stretch, but then got benched and then really didn't see any playing time.
Dobric, the captain of Zvezda, told that Coach Obradovic made a mistake putting him outside the rotation because he was an important glue guy. And when I thought about his fit in one of the EuroLeague teams, I thought about his character, leadership, and just being a glue guy to already a good team. Either the young team or just some solid team that needs some glue. And I also thought about the coach who could utilize him in a limited role. And I thought, I looked at Hapoel frontline, and I'm like, they have Oturu, they have Odiesi, and Motiejunas would bring something different. Some skill, some low post movement, some ball movement, and again, leadership off the court. And as I told you before, I think that I'm not sure if that's a happy team already. And I thought that maybe he could help them to get closer or whatever. So why not Hapoel Tel Aviv?
Okay, that makes sense. I had this as my primary option at first. Then I changed it in my mind to a different team, and I'll explain why. I thought Donatas Motiejunas still needs to play like 10, 15 minutes if he wants to be happy, because otherwise he'll be, third center in the rotation. He'll be in the same exact situation as he was in Crvena Zvezda. So I thought maybe instead of that, put him in a team that actually needs him, where he'll actually play basketball. That's what, I'm looking from the Lithuanians' perspective a bit more here, a bit more subjective. And I thought maybe look at teams that have a short front court rotation and don't have many veterans in that front court. I looked at Virtus and I thought, Mohamed Diouf is the only center that you can recognize, essentially. The rest, it's young players or unproven players. So I'd put him there. He'll get his 15 minutes and, maybe fit-wise, doesn't fit his brand as much, Virtus. But I think he would fit basketball-wise.
Yeah. And that's actually a good option because they have a lot of EuroLeague newcomers. Yeah. Again, they need some guidance, some leadership. So, yeah, that's actually a nice... Because I think that he could be a nice fit for Coach Alex Mumbro as well to benefit from a player like Dimo. So, yeah,
okay,
good one.
Next up is Brandon Boston Jr., someone who we had a lot of hype and hopes for before the season last year, but
some scouts thought that he might become one of the new faces of the EuroLeague. So we're talking about a very high upside player. Mm-hmm. And also I had 7 teams which potentially could benefit a lot from Brandon Boston. So I had to pick one. And when I thought about this, his qualities at the wing position, he can also play as a small forward. I thought that I don't see a guy in Partizan who could fill that gap. So Brandon Boston would add a lot of talent, skill, athleticism, and upside at this position that they needed so much. So Partizan Belgrade is my choice.
And Donatas, I'll congratulate you again.
Second match.
For thinking correctly, because it is the right team. And in my eyes, it's like a nice gamble, because you're already signing these Vildozas and all these players that have clear ceiling, that Derek Willis of the EuroLeague and so on. Have someone with high upside like, Brandon Boston Jr., who could have a breakout season, potentially, next to Carlik Jones. Now there's not many scoring options. You have some playmakers, but you don't have scorers with Dwayne Washington, who left, Sterling Brown left with his 12 points per game. Have someone like Brandon Boston Jr., give him a big role, and maybe he'll become a EuroLeague star.
Exactly.
So I'm also here with you.
Partizan.
On this one.
Listen.
Partizan, you should listen to this
We want to make you competitive.
Okay. Okay. What's next? Next is Roland Schmitz.
Roland Schmitz.
I don't know. This one wasn't very easy to think of. You wanna start?
No.
Don't. Okay. So who needs a veteran, physical, experienced, quite durable, not too many injuries in his career.
Yeah. Good player, actually.
Maybe someone who doesn't have experience, and maybe someone who doesn't have a great front court. In my eyes, they have nice centers, let's say, for EuroLeague standards when you're debuting. So I went with Besiktas here, and I just put the 4 for them because besides, so they have Gabriel, Zizic, Sissoko at the center, at the 4, Omarui, and Bersen. Doesn't sound like a deep enough...
you didn't mention Morgan, I think, who can play as a 4.
He can play as a 4? Okay. So, yeah, but you get some veteran presence, physicality, I guess. It was a bit of a, where do you put Roland Schmitz?
I'll be honest. I have 2 teams next to Roland Schmitz, and Besiktas was one of them.
Okay.
And, let's send him to Istanbul. I mean, let's keep him in Istanbul, just
a different team.
Neighborhood. Okay, it's a third match.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Now we have Alex Len. I was surprised he didn't stay in Real Madrid, because I thought that was the long-term sort of a signing, but I guess they didn't match. That's why they later replaced him with Yurtseven, right?
They didn't replace him. It just it's really tough to get trust from Coach Scariola, and Len joined the team mid-season, and they already were kind of deep in the center rotation. so he didn't earn that trust. And he's actually good rebounding and rim protector for any EuroLeague team, but it was tough for me to find some space for him. And I'll be honest, I remember your concerns about Red Star. They need one big body, and I thought, okay, let's send him to Belgrade to join Ibon Navarro's rotation. Although there were some interesting comments below our video saying that Ibon Navarro has a track record of not having big, huge centers. But it's Red Star. You still need 18 players in today's EuroLeague, so why not to have a different weapon in your toolkit? So, Len to Red Star.
Yeah, you read my mind. I mean, I did say this before, so I was thinking that a bigger center than Motley, than Izundu. Okay, Izundu is quite big and physical, but I mean, like someone who can stop your Milutinovs and someone who can, the Jonas Valanciunas of the EuroLeague. You want to match the size with size. I think this is a good option for them, and I would even see him as a backup. The first backup. I don't know about the Motley signing, but maybe that's not the coach's idea, and maybe we're wrong. But otherwise, you still look at that rotation, like Ojale can play the 5 and Davidovat sometimes, who used to play. So I think he doesn't require the ball. Why not? Put him in Zaza. Next, we got Jaziel Rivero.
I have...
By the way, 3 matches in a row.
Yeah, that's nice. I have 2 different teams for him.
Okay.
Maybe we're going to have another match. I thought about bringing him back to Valencia. Because I need some more quality backup for Neil Sako, or just in general, at depth in their center lineup. But I'm not sure if he actually fits their style. They run a lot. They like shooting bigs. They can play Nate Reavers at the center and stuff like that. So I thought about another Spanish team that needs a center, and why not to send him to Baskonia?
To his... No, I'm not gonna say it like.
They just have Khalifa Diop.
Yeah, but
they need some power. They need some strength.
You just want to
some
put him
scoring inside the post.
In obscurity, like he's gone. If you put him there, that's it. Nobody knows where Jaziel Rivero is.
But
yeah, no, I went with your first option. I went with Valencia. Like you said, he played there before. Also, I thought they're bigs. They're kind of weak. They're kind of skinny guys. Rivers, Sako, all skinny guys. You need some muscle.
Sako is okay. He's skinny, but he's
all right. But Jaziel Rivero has one of the biggest muscles I could think of in this lineup of guys, and he doesn't stretch the floor, but at least he can hit like a mid range sometimes. So maybe that's as best as you can get, because none of these bigs can shoot. Maybe that's the common trend. Players who don't have a job, they cannot shoot from the outside.
I also sent him to Valencia.
Okay, you change your mind. Okay.
I'm making a swap.
Okay. So
a swap.
You'll have a
because
different...
I had another guy who was about to send to Valencia, but I had same concerns like you mentioned, a skinny guy who can shoot, but I'll send him to Baskonia actually.
Okay. What about Kenneth Farid? You don't know really if he wants to play like in the EuroLeague anymore, but
he wants to play.
He does.
He's a basketball journeyman. He can contribute in a smaller role. He's always ready.
He
stays positive.
MVP of the month.
That's insane.
For
actually,
Pau once.
He basically saved their mid-season. Maybe he saved Ergin Ataman's job during the season.
So where would you put
tough.
A veteran who's a bit past his prime athletically, but can give you some. So, okay, I'll go because you already put someone in that team. I put him in Hapoel. So where did you put Matiunas? You put in there. So I put him there because I thought, they actually don't need him. If someone gets injured, that's the exact role you could have, Kenneth Farid running for 10, 15 minutes and then giving energy.
I had issues with Farid. Or maybe I would say I had issues with Žalgiris Kaunas. I looked at the selection of these free agents and I thought, okay, I mean, they are already super deep in their backcourt. They have a lot of forwards. Regarding centers, yeah, they brought this Kaudarici guy, but at the same time, I'm not sure if he's already EuroLeague level. Why not to send him to London Lions for a season and get some proven help, experience, good defensive center next to Valanciunas and Blažević. I have some doubts about his ability to play a switch defense, some really quality switch defense, but defensively he has something to offer. Also, he can offer rebounding, toughness.
Yeah.
Why not to send him to another green team?
Instant energy off the bench.
Yeah.
Okay, next guy is Yurtseven, and
Another Panathinaikos player.
I think another player who would prefer playing instead of not playing after his stint in PAO. He left, he instantly got some minutes in the G League, then in the NBA scored like 17 points or whatever. I think in Europe he wants to play. So I'm looking at teams that he could play for, and I'm looking at the center lineups that are kind of short. I think a team like Barcelona could use someone behind Josh Nebo, because otherwise, besides Josh Nebo, there's
Balcerovski.
Balcerovski, who since when is he a EuroLeague level center? Like, I don't know. He played for PAO once, I remember, but otherwise, not really. And then Kamua is the other guy who can play the 5, but he's kind of light.
They also brought Jean Makundu.
Okay.
Some fresh signing, but he's also like a position 4 and 5 player.
So I thought a clear backup for Nebo. Why not Omer Yurtseven? They have a lot of guards who can create. He's a lob threat. Maybe that's a good fit. Didn't find anything better for him, so I put him in Bar. So what about yourself?
You mentioned a team that needs a center. You sent Demo out there. Smart choice. Why not to bring Yurtseven to Virtus as well? So big minutes, big role.
Maybe a starting center for Virtus,
Yeah, why not? Different center from the youth, so why not?
Okay. Next, you mentioned the team that needs
this is my guy.
A more proven center. And when you spoke about Žalgiris, you said maybe I'm not sure about Kenneth Farid's ability to switch all and stuff like that. I'm sure about Caboclo's ability to do that. He has some athleticism.
I'm not sure though, but
team defense-wise, sure, but like at least physically he's able to.
Yeah. He has profile to be able to.
Maybe weak side defender.
Execution is another part, but
and I guess it's the problem with Caboclo. I'm not sure what his value is on the market because he used to be quite expensive as a center because he's a scorer as a center. So I just put him there. I don't think they need him, but I couldn't think of where to put him, so I put him in Žalgiris.
That's not a bad pick. I also thought about Caboclo and Žalgiris.
Okay.
I was just not sure about his execution and switch defense, and actually he's my guy from that swap. I've sent him to Baskonia. I was thinking about Valencia because, he's this another light, skinny, shooting big man, but they have enough of it, and Baskonia needs a different type of guy next to Khalifa Diop.
I had something similar here. And actually, talking about Baskonia, we move on, and you have Caboclo to Baskonia. I also think Baskonia needs a center, and I put David McCormack, former Bayern player, there, because he's a true big who, gives physicality as 2 meters and 8 centimeters tall, some power, rebounding. They really don't have any centers besides one guy. So it's Diop, right? I think. Yeah. So they need some muscle. Khalifa Diop, yeah. So I think this fits him well, Baskonia. And David McCormack doesn't really bring me any emotions when I hear that name. And Baskonia next season is the same, so it fits.
Wow.
No, really, this is the truth. This is the truth.
The problem is that I had him as my potential option for Paris, but we already sent Rashawn Holmes there.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do with McCormack, to be honest with you.
We have to put him somewhere.
I didn't use my...
Look, when you don't have anyone to put anywhere, you can always go to Asvel. They need players. They just need
I
bodies.
forgot about Asvel. That's right. They need a center, right? They have Bolomboy.
I mean, they need everyone.
Players. Let's send him to Asvel.
Okay, if you had no
He's a
options,
good player, and he's a different type of big compared to Bolomboy. That's a great fit.
That's a
Yeah,
great
I
fit,
didn't
okay.
send any guys to Asvel, to be honest.
Oh,
so.
it's really hard to grab Asvel's logo. It's so skinny. Okay, next up, this is a late replacement because Isaiah Kanan was originally here, but we have Miles Cale from Barca. He's a forward who I don't really remember what he does well. Maybe defends well.
Good defender.
Yeah.
Really good defender. Yeah.
And
Solid player.
since he's a late replacement, I have one team that I thought doesn't need anyone else. They already have everyone they should have, and that team was Pau. So I was just like, whoever is left, like Pau will take the guy that's left because they don't need anyone. So
But they have already too many position 2 or 3 players.
but they don't need anyone. So that's why I'm putting him in Pau, like some random signing at some point. That
Wow, this is very
I just
random.
don't have all the other guys. I don't see in Pau, so that's the problem.
This is very random.
Yeah, it is.
I would
random.
rather send Brian Dunstan to Pau, again, for leadership reasons. Add some
We'll
veteran
send Brian
presence.
Dunstan somewhere else. Okay. What's your pick for Miles Cale? Then?
We have to clarify that Isaiah Kanan was supposed to be on this list, but this morning he has committed to Trabzonspor. So we have a very different profile player, and by saying that, I'm just trying to find time to find a team for Miles Cale. Okay, what's left?
I mean, for you, there's quite a few teams. Yours are the ones on the right. So
I haven't sent anybody to Bayern Munich. Actually, let's send him to Bayern Munich.
Okay, Bayern it is. No reasoning. Just
He would be another wing player. They already have some wings. Justin Jezup coming off the bench. The new signing.
this makes more sense than Pau, but I already.
Marjan Beauchamp.
Wait, did I
Janssen.
send someone to? I didn't send anyone to.
Yeah,
Bayern.
exactly.
But I have a better signing for Bayern. That's why, someone they actually need.
Okay.
Next up, Nemanja Nedovic, who is
Nemanja Nedovic.
free agent, or is he with Zvezda? I don't get it.
He is under the contract with Zvezda for 2 more years, but the problem is that he's not in their plans. He might stay in Monaco, actually, if they clarified their situation in the French league. But if not, let's assume that we have to bring him somewhere in the EuroLeague. And
I have a team. I think I'm looking at Maccabi, and I'm
Exactly.
seeing a lot of point guards, and I'm seeing some wing players, a lot of combo guards, just not a true shooting guard who can play off the ball more, because all the other guys they're more like on-ball players. I think Nedovic at the veteran role, like he had in Monaco even, provides some nice scoring, shooting off the bench, microwave scorer. I think Maccabi could definitely use him. And this would be this is not a stretch in my eyes. This is a good fit.
this is a good signing. Also had Maccabi next to him. My initial idea was to send Isaiah Kanan to Maccabi for shooting reasons.
Same.
But since he's gone, as I mentioned, he can bring ball handler qualities and also shooting. So Maccabi would be a good fit.
Another match finally. Okay, Lorenzo Brown, also a guy who's not clear on his free agency status. He
is under
still
contract
signed?
with Milan. It's a solid contract, 1.3, 1.4 million. The problem is Milan doesn't want him, and he still didn't find a team. But we're gonna do it for him. And the thing, it's all about the fit. And Dubai is looking for a point guard. How many point guards we have?
True
out there?
point guards, just 2 or 3, I think.
Couple guys.
I think just 2
The
guys.
problem is that for Monte Morris, I found a different team.
I also did find a different team for him. And I
And-
also found Dubai for Lorenzo Brown as a veteran point guard. True playmaker. That's what they're
Yeah.
missing. They have McKinley Wright. It's more
Great.
of a combo guard, but also can obviously play make like we saw last season, one of the better assist numbers in the whole league. But they really truly are missing a true point guard.
Great guy in the locker room as well.
Although you said to me like they're looking for a point guard, I'm assuming for someone with bigger name, but I'm not sure. Is there many more?
It's not like there's
bigger
much
names?
left on the market.
So another match.
We have like
Brown.
18 bigs out of 20 biggest free agents available. So
yep. Okay. What about the old man Dunstan still playing basketball? I am actually surprised. I thought he was gonna retire after Žalgiris. Definitely thought he's gonna retire after this Olympia Milano season. But he's still, as young as ever. He wants to play or to be in the EuroLeague roster, not necessarily play, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Who's left?
I mean, there's one obvious choice for me. And that's more of a nostalgic, sort of a nice fit, nice story, nice way to wrap up a career, leadership,
Sending him to Ephes?
Yeah, I'm just sending him back to where he had his prime years, honestly.
That's actually good because I have no players for Ephes.
Okay.
Let's send him to Ephes.
So you're also on this nostalgic wave. I'm not, assuming he's 30, no, he's 40-something, 41, 42. I'm not expecting him to be playing much, but if he signed with Ephes, he could at least be that, presence in the locker room. And yeah, I think this makes more sense than anything else. Now, Jabari Parker, also one of those guys hanging on is he a partisan player or not? He is, technically, but he's looking for a way out, correctly? Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, that's true. And we've sent Roland Schmitz to Besiktas already, right? Because I thought that Besiktas was missing some star power. And Jabari Parker, he can produce points. And I thought that he would be a nice signing for Besiktas. Oh, but by the way, I didn't put anybody to Olympiacos. And Olympiacos, they're looking for a position 4 and 3 player. Wow. Because they have Njaya, they have Tyson Ward, great players, defensive-minded players. But they have some, let's say, last year, Tyson Ward wasn't very efficient shooting the ball from free. Mm-hmm. And Jaya, he's not known for shooting threes. Kostas Papanikolaou getting older. So I need some scoring power next to Vezenkov, behind Vezenkov.
He would take this role, you think?
He has to take this role.
Yes.
He has to take this role.
You're putting him there.
You're coming to Olympiacos. You're committing to the project. You're going to be fine with the minutes you're going to get in position 4 and 3. Send him to Olympiacos.
That's why I put Mirotic there, because I think he's more used to this role now after Monaco. But I actually put Mr. Parker at Bayern because they are missing a 4. Like, they have nice creators, they have nice guard rotation. But the 4s they have is like Thiemann, maybe, Vogtman. But you need, or Miles Norris and Oscar da Silva.
Or Lucic.
I would put him in the starting lineup, have a big role, no pressure, just like in Barca, because it's Bayern, nobody will care, like in Partizan.
Not a bad pick.
And play your best basketball, high usage role, whatever.
That's a solid pick,
I think really. It's not bad. Next up, we got Monty Morris.
And for Monty Morris, he could fit Dubai. Mm-hmm. But the problem is that it was also my potential swap. If I was about to send him to Dubai, I couldn't send anybody to Milan. Mm-hmm. But you know what?
Are you making a last-second change?
Nah, it's not like I have much to choose from. I'm sending him to Milan.
Yeah, same.
There's Darius Thompson, RJ Cole. I'm not convinced. Monty Morris has potential. He didn't get an opportunity in Olympiacos. He's a better player when that role was. Mm-hmm. So in Milan,
and he got injured, so that didn't help. And guess what? Milano knows how to deal with injured players. They have the whole hospital built there for their injuries. It's a team with history of injuries, so this fits well. Very, very nice fit in all terms. Okay, next, Rodrigue Bobois, also another veteran, just like Dunstan in his later years. I'm still also kind of surprised, guys like him are still playing when Nikola Kalinic at 34 is retiring. But okay, Rodrigue, where do we want Rodrigue?
I actually
you have no team.
Send him to Fenerbahce.
Okay.
because they added shooting with Johnny Juzang, but it's unproven player. And Bobois, he's not going to play big minutes. He would add this experience. He would add some additional FS flavor in Fenerbahce after Larkin and Clyburn. So, yeah, why not?
Okay. I've put him in as well just because Tony Parker likes his buddies playing for his team. So
Nice.
just have another veteran that
You did a good job, Gytis.
played with.
Really, I'm proud of your picks.
I mean,
Wow.
it just makes sense to me.
That's nice.
And they don't have any players, so just have a local player there. And finally, Lonnie Walker, who is an NBA player, is here on this list.
We have a match.
Explain.
Oh, so he has this non-guaranteed deal with the Denver Nuggets, and we're assuming that he won't make a roster for Denver. Who knows? But let's say it's still very up in the air, and as soon as he's out of Denver, if that happens, he's becoming one of the most wanted EuroLeague free agents, players for the EuroLeague. And there was one team that was missing some star power in their backcourt. And that's why he could fit a lot of teams. But that was the most difficult task, to find a team for every player and a player for every team.
Yeah.
So we had to make some sacrifices.
So how many matches did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 matches out of 20. So
Wow.
50% we're on the same page.
And we could have even more. I agree with your picks of Jabari or with Bobois. But for Lonnie Walker, I think that he proved he can score, yes, but he didn't prove yet that he can be a solid contributor for a winning team. But I think that in Madrid, surrounded by a lot of talented players, winners, he would be different. The shot selection, the decision making, there wouldn't be so much on his shoulders. The workload would be different. So that's why I assume he would be more efficient, and Real Madrid for me fits very well.
It'll be interesting also with Pedro Martinez, how he would utilize his strengths, because we know how fast they like to play with Pedro. So you have someone who can run on the break every single possession. So that is what we've done. We've put all 20 remaining best free agents to
every EuroLeague
team, exactly. And we want to know what you guys think in the comments. Where would you put these guys? Maybe you would make some changes. Do you agree more with the Donatas picks or my picks, or just you have completely different ones? All that in the comments below. And check out our app, BasketNews app, for basketball updates, whether that's EuroLeague, NBA, or any other leagues. And also, the season's starting soon, so
fantasy games, prediction games,
exactly.
A lot of stuff coming up.